All day I think about it. Then, at night, I say it. Where did I come from, and what am I supposed to be doing? I have no idea. My soul is from elsewhere, I'm sure of that, and I intend to end up there. This drunkenness began in some other tavern. When I get back around to that place, I'll be completely sober. Meanwhile, I'm like a bird from another continent, sitting in this aviary. The day is coming when I fly off, but who is it now in my ear who hears my voice? Who says words with my mouth? Who looks out with my eyes? What is the soul? I cannot stop asking. If I could taste one sip of an answer, if I could break out of this prison for drunks. I didn't come here of my own accord, and I can't leave that way. Whoever brought me here will have to take me home. This poetry, I never know what I'm going to say. I don't plan it. When I'm outside the saying of it, I get very quiet and I rarely speak at all. We have a huge barrel of wine with no cups. That's fine with us. Every morning we glow, and in the evening we glow again. They say there's no future for us. They're right, which is fine with us. There is a community of the spirit. Join it and feel the delight of walking in the noisy street and being the noise. Drink all your passion and be a disgrace. Close both eyes and see with the other eye. Open your hands if you want to be held. Sit down in the circle. Quit acting like a wolf and feel the shepherd's love filling you. At night your beloved wanders. Don't accept consolations. Close your mouth against food. Taste the lover's mouth in yours. You moan, she left me, he left me. 20 more will come. Be emptying of worrying. Think of who created thought. Why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open? Move outside the tangle of fear thinking. Live in silence. Flow down and down in always widening rings of being. There's a strange frenzy in my head of birds flying, each particle circulating on its own. Is the one I love everywhere? Drunks fear the police, but the police are drunk too. People in this town love them both, like different chess pieces. A children's game. Listen to the poet Sanai, who lived secluded. Don't wander out on the road in your ecstasy. Sleep in the tavern. When a drunk strays out in the street, children make fun of him. He falls down in the mud. He takes any and every road. The children follow, not knowing the taste of wine or how his drunkenness feels. All people on the planet are children, except for very few. No one is grown up except for those free of desire. God said, "The world is a play, a children's game, and you are the children." God speaks the truth. If you haven't left the child's play, how can you be an adult? Without purity of spirit, if you are still in the middle of lust and greed and other wantings, you are like children playing at sexual intercourse. They wrestle and rub together, but it's not sex. The same with the fightings of mankind. It's a squabble with play swords. No purpose, totally futile. Like kids on hobby horses, soldiers claim to be riding, Burak Muhammad's night horse, or Duldul his mule. Your actions mean nothing, the sex and war that you do. You're holding part of your pants and prancing around, dun-da-dun, dun-da-da-dun. Don't wait till you die to see this. Recognize that your imagination and your thinking and your sense perception are reed canes that children cut and pretend are horses. The knowing of mystic lovers is different. The empirical sensory sciences are like a donkey loaded with books, or like the makeup woman's makeup. It washes off, but if you lift the baggage rightly, it will give joy. Don't carry your knowledge load for some selfish reason. Deny your desires and your willfulness, and a real mount may appear under you. Don't be satisfied with the name of who, but just words about it. Experience that breathing. From books and words come fantasy, and sometimes from fantasy comes union. Gone inner and outer, no moon, no ground or sky. Don't hand me another glass of wine. Pour it in my mouth. I've lost the way to my mouth. The wine we really drink is our own blood. Our bodies ferment in these barrels. We give everything for a glass of this. We give our minds for a sip. The many wines. God has given us a dark wine, so potent that drinking it will leave the two worlds. God has put into the form of hashish a power to deliver the taster from self-consciousness. God has made us sleep so that it erases every thought. God has made Majnun love Layla so much that just her dog would cause confusion in him. There are thousands of wines that can take over our mind. Don't think all ecstasies are the same. Jesus was lost in his love for God. His donkey was drunk with barley. Drink from the presence of saints, not from those other jars. Every object, every being is a jar full of delight. Be a connoisseur and taste with caution. Any wine will get you high. Judge like a king and choose the purest. The ones adulterated with fear or some urgency about what's needed. Drink the wine that moves you as a camel moves when it's been untied and is just ambling about. Special plates. Notice how each particle moves. Notice how everyone has just arrived here from a journey. Notice how you want a different food. Notice how the stars vanish as the sun comes up, and how all streams stream toward the ocean. Look at the chefs preparing a special plate for everyone according to what they need. Look at this cup that can hold the ocean. Look at those who see the face. Look through Shams's eyes into the water that is entirely jewels. Burnt kebab. Last year I admired wines. This, I'm wandering inside the red world. Last year I gazed at the fire. This year I'm burnt kebab. Thirst drove me down to the water where I drank the moon's reflection. Now I am a lion staring up, totally lost in love with the thing itself. Don't ask questions about longing, look in my face. Soul drunk, body ruined, these two sit helpless in a wrecked wagon. Neither knows how to fix it. And my heart, I'd say it was more like a donkey sunk in a mud hole, struggling and miring deeper. But listen to me, For one moment, quit being sad. Hear blessings dropping their blossoms around you. God. The new rule. It's the old rule that drunks have to argue and get into fights. The lover is just as bad. He falls into a hole. But down in that hole, he finds something shining, worth more than any amount of money or power. Last night, the moon came drooping its clothing in the street. I took it as a sign to start singing. Falling up into the bowl of sky, the bowl breaks. Everywhere is falling everywhere. Nothing else to do. Here's the new rule. Break the wine glass and fall towards the glass blower's breath. This that is tormented and very tired, tortured with restraint like a madman, this heart. Still, you keep breaking the shell to get the taste of its kernel.